Well, hello guys, it's that time once again for another edition of Odds and Ends, where I read you some really weird news stories from all over the world, and I guess you can say that they don't call it Odds and Ends for a reason, you know? Yes, I know I am fairly late, but that is only because I would have done it the day as soon as I got these, but stuff came up last minute, and then I had my vlog, and, well, something going on, but I'll tell that later at the end of this odds and ends, and probably at the end of my vlog too. So, sure, you guys are pretty anxious to hear some crazy stuff that's going on in the world. So, without further ado, let's get to these stories. Now, our first one comes out of Oklahoma, where can you still yell April Fools when the cops show up? Well, sheriff's deputies in Wagner County say that 18-year-old Tori Wheeler tried to play an April Fool's Day prank on her boyfriend by telling him she was pregnant. According to Fox 23 in Tulsa, Derek Bauer didn't take the news well, getting very angry at his girlfriend. Wheeler responded by brandishing a kitchen knife, which she told deputies was just another joke. Bauer, still not getting the joke, threatened to call the police. That's when investigators say tensions rose. Wheeler allegedly got mad, slashed Bauer's throat, and bit him twice. Bauer ended up in the hospital with 7 stitches, and Wheeler was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon. April Fools! Yeah, should have thought that one out a little bit more better, so that way you wouldn't have ended up having to slash your freaking boyfriend's throat and bite him twice, and you wouldn't have to go to jail for assault with a deadly weapon only because you told him that you were not actually pregnant. It's not the first nor the last time that April Fool's Day prank has been done with something like this, but it's just how people react to them. But guys, when you tell us we're pregnant, we do the exact opposite. Like, we flip our shit. It's fact. But we're moving on to our next story, which comes out of Alabama, where deputies in Mobile pulled over a driver who was, quote, double texting, sending text messages on 2 phones while driving with his knees. According to the Mobile County Sheriff's Department, Dondre Moore was stopped while weaving in and out of traffic through a tunnel. Moore told deputies he had been, quote, double texting since he was 15 years old. That wasn't Moore's only problem, though. While he was driving with no hands on the wheel, there was a 3-year-old child in the car's back seat. The Press Register newspaper reports a front seat passenger, the Travis Moore, had an ounce of marijuana stuffed in his underwear. While searching the car, deputies also found $4,500 in cash, several Xanax, and a bottle of the prescription painkiller Oxycodone. Both men were arrested. Really, dude? Double texting since you were 15? You think that's hot shit? No. It just means that just comes to show that how dumb our society is getting, because you were driving with knees on the wheel and you were texting on 2 different phones, and not only that, but you had a 3-year-old in the backseat of your car. Your passenger had marijuana stuffed into his underwear. They found $4,500 in cash, several Xanax, and a bottle of Oxycodone. Yeah, you think they wouldn't be suspicious, but obviously it is. Nice going, dude. Real freaking smart job. Moving on to our next story, which comes out of Illinois, where a gang of cross-dressing thieves have been hitting shops all over Chicago's upscale Oak Street shopping district in order to steal high-end purses. Nearly half a dozen boutiques, including Jimmy Choo, I'm probably mispronouncing that, Montclair, and Barney's, have been targeted in broad daylight by the fancy bandits. Police believe the burglaries are connected because each is committed by 2 to 3 black men in women's clothing who check out the store beforehand and transport the loot away in a Forever 21 bag. Quote, the first time they were cashing the store, or they were causing the store for a long time, Furla employee Deborah Himmel told Chicago's NBC5 News. Excuse me. Although the thieves dress in drag, they do not wear high heels. Quote, you can't run in heels, pointed out Himmel. Really? You guys are stealing high-end purses for what? Just to get profit out of them? For selling for what? Half the price of what you can get at a department store? Is that what the plan is? Because obviously it's not going to last very long, because if you guys keep this shit up, you guys are going to get caught, and whose fault is it? Yours, because you thought you could get away with it. But we all know nobody ever gets away with it. Moving on to our next story, which comes out of California, where the Riverside Press Enterprise reports a 22-year-old Southern California man was critically injured when he fell off the trunk of a car while attempting to fly a kite from a moving vehicle. According to the sheriff's officials, the white Nissan was moving slowly when the man fell off and struck his head on the pavement. Paramedics treated the man at the scene, and he was taken to a nearby hospital. Shockingly, authorities say alcohol was not involved. Okay, so you think that you can get on top of a car, and you think by going really slow, but at the same time going somewhat faster than just standing there, you think that you can fly a kite a whole lot better? That's real freaking smart, dude, because obviously it didn't work out, because look what happened. You smacked your head on the pavement. You could have, like, fucking killed yourself in the process. You could have just been splattered brains all over the asphalt just because you were stupid and be like, oh yeah, I want to fly a kite, and then you hit a bump, and you just smack your head all over it. God, people are stupid. And coming to our final story, which comes out of Pennsylvania, where the Daily Times in Delaware County say police in Upper Darby have released surveillance video of a woman attacking employees at a dollar store with a can of pepper spray and then encouraging her 7-year-old daughter to do the same. Delana Garling, 27, had 2 young children with her when she entered the Family Dollar store at 3:16 p.m. on March 19th. Garling was asked to leave by employees based on previous alleged shoplifting incident in the store. Quote, instead of leaving, Garling reached into the bag and pulled out the pepper spray and sprayed the 2 employees in the face. Police Superintendent Michael Chitwood told the newspaper. Quote, when she was wrestled to the ground, she handed the pepper spray to her 7-year-old daughter and told her, you know what to do, baby. Spray it. Fortunately, quote, another employee grabbed the can out of the little girl's hand before she had a chance to use it. Chitwood added, quote, it takes guts to involve a child in assault. We're going to contact Child and Youth Services about the children. The employees reported burning in the eyes and a skin reaction but did not require hospital treatment. Garling appeared in court on April 5th on charges of possessing instruments of a crime, simple assault, harassment and possession of drugs, and drug paraphernalia. Wow. That is some really smart thinking, going into the Family Dollar store knowing that you have had previous shoplifting experiences and you spray employees with pepper spray in the face, all because they asked you to leave, and you knew that you have been in trouble before with this place many times because you shoplifted. And on top of that, you are so fucking stupid just to have your 7-year-old daughter use the pepper spray on these employees, or at least try to use it on the other employees. That is great parenting right there, because that shows how stupid our society is getting, and no bullshit that they were going to call child services on this mother, and there is no question in my mind that this woman is going to lose her children for good. So anyways, guys, that is it for this edition of Odds and Ends, and I really hope you guys enjoy listening to those stories, much like reading them to you. And with my current whole process of work going on, which means my vlogs and my Odds and Ends may not be on time, may not be coming out as often, but that doesn't mean I will stop making these vlogs and Odds and Ends and all this other stuff. It's just that based on my schedule and whatnot, then I'll try to put them out as soon as I can, but I will not forget about you guys nor Odds and Ends. So I will try my best to try to do them on time. But anyways, guys, we'll see you next Thursday for another edition. Until next time, we'll see you guys later, and take it easy.